cute. It's a rainy day. What shall we do? I just can't get over those birds singing for us. Thank you, God. Together, let's all say, no matter what, I'm gonna be okay. Miracles are happening in my life. I'm everyone's favorite person. I am a blessing to myself and others. I can relax. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Yesterday I had one of the best days that I've had since being here. A subscriber who's actually Japanese, who's also an artist, reached out to me and she was like, I'd love for us to have a little picnic. And we met and she had like this whole bag of stuff and she had cooked for me. And she said, I saw like what a hard time you were going through and I just wanted to bring you some peace. And not only did she cook for me, but she also brought like sound bowls and this like healing thing where I like laid down and listened to the frequencies. It was so needed because, yeah, maybe I'll go into it in another video, but I've had like sort of conflicting experiences since I've been here with people. And to just see like the kindness that she extended to me, and she was so funny, and I don't know, I just felt like sometimes like little miracle exists in people that extend a helping hand, and that also applies to you guys. Like every time you leave me a comment or like even supporting my art, etc. It might seem like such a small thing to leave a comment, but it really makes me feel like safe, you know? So thank you guys so much for that. So actually, my time in Japan is coming to an end. I only have like 4 more days. And we're doing an open studio on Saturday, so we have to like set everything up. And I'm actually really happy with the work that I've done here. Like I feel like I've made new steps in my painting. And if you remember in the video before I came, I was like, yeah, like I never really allowed myself to paint that much when I was in art school because it was so competitive. I felt like, even if it wasn't said, it just felt like such a competitive medium. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to do something completely different. But that was selling myself short. And I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to say just because I do music or just because I do something else, it doesn't mean that I can't allow myself to flourish and thrive, because these are limiting beliefs that we impose onto ourselves. If you have desire in your heart to do something, don't be the one to put a stick in your own wheel, so to speak. So I'm really grateful for that. There's so many things that I'm grateful for, and there's been so many ups and downs since I came here. But I'm really proud of myself that during this time I've remained like playful, joyful, found ways to make life fun for myself. And maybe you guys don't understand what I'm talking about. If you go back and watch my earlier vlogs, I had a bit of a hard time during the first few weeks here. But I've kind of achieved this feeling of peace. I've done that through meditating. I've done that through keeping promises I've made to myself, by journaling, by showing up even when it doesn't look like anyone else cares, you know? And I think that is already winning within yourself. For example, I get a lot of questions about people who want to start social media and they're embarrassed to start, right? and they think, well, I'm an artist, but I don't want to post because it makes me feel self-conscious and people are gonna judge me. Life is so short, you guys. And I just want you to know that, like, for example, my mom is an amazing artist, and I think she would have loved to live in a time where you could just post something and gain a connection to people. And so I don't want you guys to ever cut yourself short because of the fear of what other people will think. Like, literally, either no one cares and they're just like being shown something that triggers them because they're like, oh, like maybe I should be doing that too. Or you might actually gain connection with people. And I think that's also the importance of being polarizing. You have to accept, I think, that not everyone is gonna like you. Like, not everyone understands my videos where I'm super vulnerable or I'm crying or I'm showing something really fragile in the moment. But then other people really connect to it. Mostly Cancer, astrology individuals. Every time I meet a subscriber, they're Cancer, water, whatever. So maybe that will scare away the fire signs or the earth signs. I'm just kidding. I think astrology is nuanced. But all this to say that, like, if you want people to really connect with you, you cannot be afraid of being polarizing. So one thing I've been thinking about is when I do get back, I have a lot of things to take care of with my apartment, insurance, all of these things, but I'm gonna remain calm, that girl forever, as we should, and I'm not gonna sell myself short. I'm going to be even more polarizing. So yeah, today, it's a bit of a rainy day, and so I was thinking of maybe going to an onsen. An onsen is basically this public sauna, and they have like really hot baths, and like you're naked with strangers. I was talking to my sister about this. I'm like, it's kind of weird, but she's like, it's the same if you're wearing a bathing suit. And I'm like, that's true. However, they're very anti-tattoo here, and so not all of the onsens, is what they call them, will accept you if you have tattoos, and I have them all over. Started when I was 16. I got this little sunflower peace sign, 2000s baby. And I remember at the time I wanted to get it here, and the tattoo artist is like, I'm not doing that. And I'm really grateful he said no. But yeah, anyway, I didn't want to like wrap up all my tattoos, so I did find a tattoo friendly onsen. That's what I'm doing today.
Before we head over to the onsen this afternoon, I want to take you guys grocery shopping with me and show you guys what I spend in a day. One of my favorite things about traveling to a new place is testing out the new food at the grocery store and seeing what they have. Yeah, I felt like there was a lot of healthy options, a lot of soup, a lot of ramen variety, and also like Dorito tasting ramen. But my ultimate favorite thing that I got all the time were these barbecue meatballs. I love them so much, as well as like, yeah, like I guess like each grocery store had a little chef, and every day they would cook something different. And since it wasn't very easy for us to cook at the residency, I mostly, yeah, like got, you know, things that were ready-made with some yogurt and maybe some fruit and just like some raw veggies, some protein shakes. So I'm going to show you guys. Oh, and of course, some chocolate. So let's see how much everything costs.
All of that cost me 1,300 yen, which is about 7 euros, which I think is pretty good. I'm not eating as healthy as I usually would, but I want to try like the different things that they have. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
After eating my dinner, I headed over to the onsen. This is what the outside of it looked like, and obviously I couldn't film inside, but here's how it went. I just left the onsen. Obviously I couldn't film in there because everyone's naked, but it was, I feel like melted butter. I feel so relaxed because they have a bunch of different hot tubs and a sauna and like a really cold pool, and I was just like going in between them, and it's people of all different ages, and it just felt like a very traditional experience. So I'm really glad that I went. I wanted to just
try something like that out. And now I just feel so relaxed. I could do that like twice a week. Not every day, but twice a week. I wish we had those in Paris, but heading home. Also, I've been getting some strange looks because I'm wearing a towel on my head. But I don't care, I'm not getting sick. I have not gotten sick once during this trip, which is like a first for me. I usually get very sick when I travel, so I don't care. People can look, the towel stays on. You know what though? I've been walking for almost an hour and I had a thought. And that thought was, I haven't seen one homeless person here. Not even one. Not one. Not even like the local homeless person that you have in your small villages. Like, where do they go? Where are they? It can't be true that everyone has a home. It's like I'm living in Pleasantville. If you know the answer, leave it in the comments.
It was about an hour walk home, and something I'm definitely gonna miss is walking at night here and feeling super safe. I really love these night walks, like listening to music. And the next day we had our art show opening where we showed what we made over the course of the month that we were in residency, and we got to invite our new friends, like anyone could come. And it was really cool to see the different projects that everyone has been working on, and it just shows that like being an artist can mean so many different things. And for me, the definition of being an artist has always been having a desire to bring your vision to life, whatever that is. And I think anybody can be an artist, but not everybody has that drive, that volonté, as we'd say in French, to make your vision something tangible. And I think it's more about consistency and showing up and this willpower to bring your ideas to life that makes somebody an artist. It's saying yes to your wildest dreams. And I think the beauty of choosing to live a creative life and take the road less traveled by is the connections that you make with other people. And oftentimes as artists, we find ourselves alone making whatever we're making, long hours at the studio. But when you find other people who are also dedicated to their dream and you have those moments of being able to share that, it's so special. I just want to encourage you guys, whatever you're working on right now, even if it seems frivolous or small, or if you feel stuck, just keep going. Remember to keep showing up every day. Do not stop. And it doesn't matter if it's not perfect. It doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to work out. And you don't have to live a linear path in your life. You know, I've started and stopped so many things because I don't believe that my life has to make sense. Like, it can make sense to me, sort of like a beautiful mess, you know, sort of like beautiful chaos in a sense. So just keep trying, keep going, and commit to your art like you do a relationship. Commit to your creativity through the different seasons of your life and through the different things you want to try and be. Vow to yourself that you will walk the path alongside your artist heart. And if you embrace this path with your creativity, you will never really be alone a day in your life. So it's my, this is so wild. It's my last day here. And I was out on a walk and I said, today I'm gonna receive a gift. I wonder what it's gonna be. And then I was walking down back to the residency and I saw there was like this little French restaurant. So I was like looking at their menu just to see, you know. And then I hear Shayna and I look up and this girl's like, oh my God, hi, I'm a subscriber. I'm the therapist that got your You Can Cry, I Will Listen print from my office because I have a painting called You Can Cry, I Will Listen. And I remember her comment and we stood there for a second talking and yeah, that was my gift. That was definitely a really great gift on the last day here because it just reminds me that we're all connected, and by sharing your art and your vulnerability with people, you're literally connected with people all over the world. So if you're watching this, hi, it was so nice to meet you. Crossing the road. Because yeah, it's been a trip with a lot of ups and downs. And thinking about my purpose and why I do what I do, and I think this is like a really beautiful confirmation that even if you feel alone sometimes, you're never alone. And I'm gonna get emotional. I'm really grateful to have ran into her. Thank you, God. And I'm grateful for you guys for being here over the years. Y'all are my online besties. So yeah, back to Paris tomorrow. And honestly, I'm ready to go back. I'm ready. Because this next chapter is gonna be fun, exciting. And even though I have a lot ahead of me, a lot of work ahead of me, I feel like this is a sign that I'm not alone. So if you made it to the end, leave me a comment that says, I am not alone. Ooh, that wind. Thank you so much for being here. Ooh, the wind, girl. Thank you so much for being here, for following along with the adventures, and just all your support. I love you guys so much. And I will see you next time on the Purple Palace. Mwah.
When you get off, please put your ticket or fare in the fare box. If you have an IC card, please touch the IC card reader with your card.